Welcome back to our holistic liberatory astrology videos. In this series, we look at the 7 main planets that are main celestial bodies for a student of Vedic astrology to understand. We have also made this series so that if you get a reading from us or anyone else who works with Vedic astrology, you have an easy access set of tools to land more with your reading as you integrate. Today, we introduce Shani, Saturn. There is one planet in the cosmos that every soul on the spiritual path will eventually have to reckon with. Not because he is cruel, not because he is a punishment, but because he is the most honest force in the universe. He will show you exactly where you have been cutting corners in your soul's evolution. He will strip away what is false. He will slow you down until you have no choice but to go deep. His name is Shani Dev, and in Vedic astrology, he is the Lord of Karma. If you have ever felt like life was asking something immense of you, a stripping back, a humbling, a long, slow forging, you have felt Shani's hand. Today we enter his temple. The myth around Shani. In the ancient Vedic tradition, Shani Dev is the son of Surya, the sun, and Chaya, meaning shadow. Even his birth carries meaning. He is literally the child of light and shadow, born of the tension between brilliance and darkness, between what is seen and what is hidden. From childhood, Shani's gaze was said to be so potent, so penetrating, that even his own father Surya could not bear to look him in the eye. When Shani was born and first opened his eyes, the sun himself was said to have suffered an eclipse. This is the myth telling us something profound. Shani sees what others cannot bear to see. He reveals what we have been avoiding. His vision is not cruel, it is complete. Shani Dev is depicted as a dark, lean figure, dressed in black, riding a crow or a vulture, holding a sword, a trident, and a rope. Every symbol is deliberate. The crow, the bird that consumes what is dead, transforming decay into new life. Shani does not destroy arbitrarily. He composites the false, so the true can emerge. The sword, discernment. The cutting away of illusion, attachment, ego. The rope, karma itself. The cord that binds us to our unresolved actions across lifetimes. The black garments. The fertile darkness before new form. Shani's darkness is not emptiness. It is the pregnant void. He governs Capricorn and Aquarius, the signs of structure, discipline, collective duty, and the long arc of history. He moves slowly through the zodiac, spending approximately 2.5 years in each sign. He does not rush. He never rushes. That is part of the teaching. So what does Shani actually mean in your birth chart? The house and sign where Shani sits in your chart shows you the arena of life where your soul has agreed to do its deepest, most sustained work in this incarnation. This is not a place of easy flow. It is a place of deliberate effort, of patience, of showing up again and again, even when progress feels invisible. But here is what many people misunderstand about Saturn in the Vedic tradition. Shani is not your enemy. He is your most demanding teacher, the one who gives no shortcuts, precisely because he respects you too much to let you settle for less than your full potential. He governs karma in its most direct sense, the law of cause and effect operating across time. Where Shani sits, there is often a sense of restriction in early life, of having to work twice as hard as others, of delays and tests. But those who persist, who meet Shani's demands with humility and genuine effort, are often the ones who build something lasting, something real, something that outlives them. Shani does not reward brilliance. He rewards integrity over time. He also governs the working classes, service, the elderly, long-term commitments, agriculture, time itself, death, and ultimately, moksha, liberation. Because it is through sustained spiritual discipline, through tapas, through genuine sacrifice of the ego, that the soul is freed. In this way, Shani is secretly the most spiritual of all the planets. The opening of the prison doors, for many, occur at 36, Saturn's maturation. Now we arrive at something truly remarkable, and something that the Vedic tradition understood that modern psychology is only beginning to catch up with. Every planet has a maturation age, a point in life when its energy fully ripens within us, when it steps fully into its power and begins to operate at its deepest level. For Shani Dev, that age is 36. Think about what happens for many people around the age of 36. There is often a reckoning, a sense that the scaffolding of early adulthood, the ambitions, the relationships built on younger values, the identities borrowed from family or culture, begins to feel insufficient. Questions that were easy to push aside in the 20s and early 30s become undeniable. Am I living in alignment with what I truly believe? Is the work I am doing genuinely meaningful? Or am I simply accumulating? What have I been sacrificing? And has the sacrifice been for something real? Where have I been avoiding the harder, slower, more demanding path? And what does that cost me? This is Shani fully awakening within the psyche. Before 36, most people experience Saturn as external, as rules, authority figures, societal expectations, the hard edges of reality. After 36, Saturn begins to operate from within. It becomes the voice of one's own deepest integrity. This is why 36 is often a year of profound course corrections, of careers abandoned and rebuilt, of spiritual seeking that moves from casual interest to genuine necessity, of relationships that either deepen into real commitment or fall away because they were built on foundations that can no longer hold. The gift of Shani's maturation is this: you stop performing your life and begin inhabiting it. And for those on a genuine Dharma path, as many of you watching this are, age 36 can be the moment when the path becomes not a choice, but a calling that can no longer be refused. The dreaded Sadh-Sati 7.5-year period. If you have spent any time in Vedic astrology circles, you may have heard people speak of Sadh-Sati with a certain mixture of reverence and dread. Sadhe-Sati, literally meaning 7.5, is the period when Saturn transits through the sign before your natal moon, through your moon sign itself, and through the sign after. This takes approximately 7.5 years. Because the moon in Vedic astrology represents the mind, the emotional body, and the very fabric of our inner world, Saturn's long transit across it is profound. It can feel like a sustained stripping away of what no longer serves: relationships, identities, careers, beliefs, a heaviness that settles on the mind and spirit and refuses to lift until the lesson is learned, a deep calling inward toward solitude, contemplation, and genuine reckoning with oneself, physical challenges, financial pressures, or bereavements that force a fundamental reorientation. This sounds difficult, and it often is, but Sadhe-Sati is also, for those with eyes to see it, one of the greatest spiritual accelerators available to a soul in human form. Many of the greatest saints, teachers, and bodhisattvas went through their most profound awakenings during periods of sustained Saturnine pressure. The dark night of the soul is often Shani's classroom. The question Sadhe-Sati asks is not, "Why is this happening to me?" but "Who am I when everything I clung to has been removed?" That is the real initiation. And it is precisely this kind of karmic crucible that many of our students at Dharma Stars arrive carrying, searching not just for relief, but for genuine understanding of what their soul is being asked to transform. If you are in or approaching a Sadhe-Sati, or if you sense Saturn's hand heavily in your life right now, a holistic liberatory astrology reading can illuminate exactly what your chart is asking of you and the dharmic path through it. Shani and liberation. Shani as a moksha planet. In the deepest Vedic understanding, Shani is not merely the planet of hardship and karma. He is one of the great moksha planets, alongside Ketu and Jupiter, because it is through genuine discipline, surrender of ego, service to others, and sustained spiritual practice that the soul moves toward liberation. The ascetic who meditates for years in a cave, that is Shani's devotion made visible. The practitioner who shows up to their sadhana every morning regardless of how they feel, that is Shani's wisdom embodied. The healer who serves without recognition, without reward, simply because it is their dharma, that is Shani's highest expression. He is the long road, but the long road, walked with full awareness, leads all the way home. If Shani has touched your life, and if you are watching this, the chances are he has. Know that his teaching is not punishment. It is precision. It is his particular form of grace. To understand where Saturn sits in your chart, what house and sign he occupies, what karma he is asking you to work with in this lifetime, this is among the most clarifying things you can do on your spiritual path. At Dharma Stars, our holistic liberatory astrology readings hold the full complexity of your Vedic chart, including Shani's placement, your Sadasati timing, your Dasha periods, and how all of it weaves into your Dharma. For those ready for deeper, sustained work, our Metaphysical Mentoring goes further still. All links are in the description below. If this transmission served you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe, because this series is only just beginning. Until next time, may you meet Shani with steadiness, with humility, and with the quiet knowledge that everything he asks of you is shaping you into exactly who you came here to be. Dharma Stars. Mystery School, dharmastars.org, grounded, lineage held, accredited, authentic.